What's going on YouTube? Brandon Lachuga here.
Take the exit.
Sorry about that. I thought I'd make a quick video on my wife's 2011 Countryman Mini Coupe All4S. So I just want to make a video on this really fast. So to start off, this is, I'm going to repeat it, sorry. This is a 2011 Countryman All4S. It is all-wheel drive, which is why it says all four. So it's all four wheels, it's all-wheel drive. It is a 4-cylinder turbocharged with about 189 horsepower and roughly around 200 torque. So it's got some good get up. It's really fuel efficient because it's a 4-cylinder. But I just wanted to do a review on what it's like driving it, because it is like a mid-size SUV, but it's not a car and it's not a full SUV. So this is a great vehicle and I'm going to explain to you why. So to start off, just sitting here, what's great about this is you're a little bit higher up. As you can see, there's a Toyota RAV4 in front of us. We're not as high as that, but we're not as low as the Nissan. So we're a little bit higher, we're in between. It's nice because you're higher than just a standard car, but you're not super high off the ground. What's also really great about this car is that it's really easy to drive. And what I mean by that is, for me personally, I think this car is really simple. Sorry about that. The cars, we're doing GPS, we're going somewhere. But it's really comfortable to drive. You know, sometimes when you drive certain cars that just doesn't feel comfortable. What I personally like is the steering wheel is a little bit more tough. I used to have a Nissan Skyline. Driving that, the steering wheel was really stiff. It really felt like you were in control of the car. Unlike my Challenger, where the wheel I feel is like a little bit more loose and stuff. This vehicle is great because it's a little bit tougher steering. It's not tough, it's a little bit tighter, I guess. So that makes it really great for me. That's personally, I like that kind of style. The other thing is there's no blind spots in this car. When I look over my shoulder or try to switch lanes, I can easily see out both back windows. I can easily see through my rearview mirror and both my side mirrors. So it makes it really simple. There's no blind spots in this car, unlike the Challenger, which has some pretty big blind spots in the back. What I also like is that the everything that I need to know is right on this little screen. I'm not really gonna go in depth, but this car is fully loaded. Leather seats, navigation, Bluetooth, you can hook your phone up to it. It's really great. So personally for me, this vehicle is one of the top of the line ones, and it's really nice because everything inside of it is really nice. It's a nice, you know, big screen and everything. The sound system's good. There's 2 in the front door, 2 in the back door, and then 2 little tweeters up front. So it's a really great sound system. It's got really good bass actually. So it's pretty good performance for being stock speakers. Honestly, all around inside the vehicle, it's pretty spacious. The front seat, I don't feel claustrophobic like I do in some cars. I mean, my shoulders are a little bit big over the seats. I hang over a little bit, but it's still actually really comfortable, and I don't feel confined like I do in some cars. And in the back seats even. The back seats are very comfortable. I sat in them before. It's got plenty of room. Your legs aren't getting crammed, which makes it great. We need gas, but one of the other things I like about this car on the interior is, again, I don't want to go into super depth on all the technology in it, but it does have a sport mode, to where you can click it over, and then you get the paddle shifters. The downshift is if you press like that. If you press it forward, that downshifts, and then if you press one of them back, that's an upshift. So I like that. Personally, for me though, I prefer this being the positive, this being the negative. So downshift to be on the left, upshift to be on the right. They did it for both sides, which again, it's convenience to if you drive with one hand like that or like this. But for me personally, I feel like this should be an upshift, this should be a downshift. That's just how my vehicles that I've had in the past have been. That's the only thing I'd really change about that on the interior. And I know my wife said that there's a lock button up here. This is where you lock the doors and unlock. She would prefer if that were on the door still, like normal cars usually, but as you can see on this door, all they have is the door handle. On this side they have the mirror toggle. On that side is just plain, just the door handle. So that's one thing she doesn't like. The other thing I don't really like about the interior is there's no window tint. That can be easily changed, so I'm not gonna take a dig at Mini Cooper for that, but that's something we can easily do and change. Other than that though, the interior is pretty great. It's a pretty smooth drive. When you drive the car, you feel like you have control, and again, I feel like it's reliable enough. I can just get the wheel centered and let go, and we're not gonna drift left, we're not gonna drift right. So feel like that's a really good thing. And like I said, altogether, it's a smooth drive. I get on the highway and we get going 75, and we're not bouncing all over the road because it is lower to the ground, but you're not being jarred all over the place. It's actually a really smooth ride. And one of the key things I think they did with this Mini Coupe is, yes, it is a 4-cylinder, but with that turbocharge, it gives you that quickness, that speed. So if you want to pick up speed and you want to get moving, you step on the gas, that turbo kicks in, it spools up about 2,300 RPMs. If you just step on like that, you get that quickness, and we're already going 50 into 35, which we shouldn't do, but you get that really quick reaction time. So that's what's nice about the Mini Coupe. It's really fuel efficient. From E to full, you spend $30 on gas. At least we did. We went from empty to full with gas being around like 280, because you have to use the 91 or 93 because of the turbocharger. So filling the gas with the premium gas from E to full was $30, and filling it lasted us over a week and a half, and we drive it around a lot. She drove it to work. She works at a university, and she drove it to the university 5 times that week, and the university is pretty far. We drove around a lot, so we used it every day, probably 3 or 4 times a day on some of those days, going back and forth. But it's really good on gas. It's small, which is nice, so you can park in Denver, make it really easy for us to park in Denver, or park in the city, I should say. If you're trying to park in the city, you should easily be able to park in the city. But the best part about it is it is small, making it feel like it doesn't feel small though. So it's so small that you can park in the city, but it's small enough to where like the inside doesn't feel like it's small though, which I worded that really wrong. Sorry about that. It's a small car, but on the inside it doesn't feel small. I don't feel claustrophobic. I feel like I have plenty of space. And that's due to also making the back seat just a 2-seater instead of a 3, instead of putting the middle seat in between. That's where you get a lot of room for passengers in the back. It's only a 2-seater, which it's still fine. It's a 4-person car, but it's comfortable. You can easily fit a car seat back there. We did before. It's got plenty of room. The trunk, it's not really big. It still is a Mini Coupe, but we can still fit like a week and a half worth of groceries back there. So honestly, driving this car is really great. And again, it's a smooth drive with being low to the ground. It's still, you feel like you have great control. It's all-wheel drive. It does good in the snow, does good in the mountains, and I feel like this is one of their key selling factors with this car compared to the other Mini Coupes, is this car is a little bit higher than other Mini Coupes. This car is all-wheel drive. Most of the other Mini Coupes aren't all-wheel drive. They try to make this car a mountainy kind of outdoorsy kind of person car, to make it, you can go to the mountains, you can go on dirt trails, you can go in the snow. It doesn't really matter. You can go skiing, whatever. This car is meant to do all that. So honestly, I'd give this car an 8 out of 10. There's a few things that I personally don't like and my wife doesn't like, but other than that, they're not deal breakers, and this is a really good, reliable car. Fuel efficient, good pickup and go. Small, but on the inside still feels big. You still have room to move. It does have the all-wheel drive. It does have the capability of being very good in the snow, and it's higher off the ground than the other Mini Coupes. So if you're looking for a mid-size SUV or a little bit bigger car, this is a really good car, and it's one of the things you should really consider and test drive, because it does have a lot of features that takes the good of cars, the good of SUVs, and just merges them to the smaller mid-size SUV. So like I said, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. I hope you found this video helpful, especially if you're looking at getting a Mini Coupe and you're not sure which one to get. Definitely check out the Countryman, because it does have the all-wheel drive, it does have the turbocharger for the quick get up, and it's spacious inside, and it's really easy to drive, no blind spots. It can easily be a daily driver that is very fuel efficient. So I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you like, subscribe, and check out my other videos. This is Brandon Lechuga. Have a good day. Thank you.